night.
Time for your weekly dose of pop culture.
With Cassie and Kenny. Welcome to the show.
Yeah!
Welcome.
Yeah! Happy
And-
New Year! Yes!
And Happy New Year. Oh, gosh. That's a lot of you in the camera. Thank you. No, thank you. Oh, gosh. What did I do with my screen? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Uh,
I wish you guys had stayed longer. We could have did a New Year's Eve show together.
we probably could have. But then that meant I would have to get up New Year's Day and drive back. And I don't know. I just wasn't. I wanted to be kind of home and just, in my thing. Happy New Year to all of you.
We should have did. Now that I think about it, we could have did our podcast and had a New Year's Eve party. And at the podcast, we do the podcast at a New Year's Eve. That's the real goal. That's next year's goals. Next year's goal is to be together on New Year's Eve and have a New Year's Eve party while we do the podcast.
Okay, so do a New Year's Eve party podcast whole situation. All right.
Yeah, let me see something. I gotta see. I gotta see how this works out. Okay. Well, New Year's Eve is on a Sunday night.
We want to say Happy New Year, because it's going to be New Year's somewhere. I think in Germany before we end today. So, at 9:00, it's going to be. Yeah, somebody's going to be doing countdown. I mean, half the world has already celebrated the New Year or welcomed the New Year in.
True that. I was texting with my comedian Vegas, and she's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'll be asleep before 12. So at 9:30, she's like, I could text all my East Coast friends at 9:30. I could text them Happy New Year and then go back to bed.
Just do it all at once at 9:30. Do it, be done with it, and be over.
Be done with it. Be done with it.
New
Year's Eve, I'm drinking chocolate milk tonight.
I am drinking
because I'm lactose intolerant. I'm lactose intolerant, and I want to bring the new year in right.
I'm drinking Arizona iced tea with lemon.
Well,
and it's not even cold.
I'm going to hang out with friends, so if they're watching, I'm drinking chocolate milk, and I'm lactose intolerant. I'll be there around 10:30.
Oh, yikes. Aren't you the party guy? I want you in my space.
Partying outside.
You know what I did? I had a milkshake from Five Guys the other day, and that was probably a mistake. Because I don't think I have, I think that lactose intolerant thing may be genetic, because it don't work for me either.
Oh, so. I have a very good Five Guys. I have a very good
Brown,
Five Guys
Happy New Year. You have a what?
Happy New Year, Ed. Happy New Year, Scooby Life. I have a very good Five Guys milkshake story.
Well, in life.
I was on my way. I was on my way back from Washington, D.C. with some poet friends of mine. And we were coming back from Washington, D.C. and we stopped at a Five Guys to get something to eat. And then I got a milkshake, and everybody else got a milkshake. And they were sitting there at Five Guys eating on our way back somewhere in Maryland or something like that. And I said to them as I'm finishing up my milkshake, I say, because I was driving too, I said, hey guys, just want to let you guys know this milkshake was great, but I'm lactose intolerant. We still had another hour and a half to go on the road. They weren't happy. I got cursed out. They weren't happy. That's my Five Guys milkshake story.
Yikes. I cleared space for that. That's just really sad.
And Brown's like, I've been around chocolate milk KP before. He's got a smiley face about it. See, it's not so bad.
I've been around chocolate milk KP before. Yikes.
And he lived.
And live to tell a story. Well, and I know you said you didn't want to do an in memoriam show, and usually we don't do that on close to New Year's Eve. It's somewhere in January, and we still might do it because there are so many folks that
You
I
just want to
really
talk about
loved
Irene
and
Cara.
enjoyed that
You
passed
just want to
away.
talk about Irene Cara. Keep it real.
I know
You
Irene
just
Cara,
want to talk
yes,
about
and
Irene
also
Cara.
Sidney Poitier, Barbara Walters, Pele, the Pope. I mean, there's just
I
um,
know.
a
Can I
lot of
have a
folks.
screen for a minute? Can I have a screen for a minute?
Okay.
Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. She only wants to do a memorial show so we can spend 15 minutes talking about Irene Cara. Okay? That's what's really going on. Okay, you can come back.
Same. I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah, I know.
Flashdance, what I'm feeling. Anyway, but we were going to talk about predictions, and actually, I cheated, and I'm going to tell you, I cheated, and who I cheated with. I used something called Chat GPT to come up with my predictions. And if you have not checked out this site, it's called Chat GPT. It's an open AI site. It's called openai.com slash blog slash chat GPT. And basically, this is AI, this is artificial intelligence. And basically, I just asked it for some predictions for 2023 in the style of Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture. Now, does Chat GPT know who we are? No, of course not. But I actually liked some of the predictions that it gave me, and I
I,
think these are
I,
things that could possibly happen.
Steve's in the house. Hey, Steve. Steve.
Steve,
I
Steve.
want to know what these predictions are that you got.
By 2020, 2020, why do I want to say 2021? I'm like going back in
I don't
time.
know, but don't take us
Um,
back to there.
Actually, yeah, I probably could go back to 2021.
There's some places black folks don't want to go. 2021, 2020, and 1935. It's just some place we don't want to go. So go ahead.
Anyway, I just lost them. I had them all typed out and I just lost them. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe
While
it.
you're
I
looking
thought
for
I
that,
just
I have a
saved it.
fashion prediction. Since we're pop culture, I have a fashion prediction. I predict, and this is going to come out of nowhere. I predict in 2023, overalls are making a comeback.
Why? Why?
Because it's over blue, and it's something that says it's talking to me. It's talking to me. I tell you, it's talking to me up here. It's coming up with 2023 overalls, very stylish overalls. I'm going to make a comeback.
If you say so. I know, well, and I remember some of the predictions that it gave me from earlier. And mainly it was about pop culture, and it talked about nostalgia, and that there would be a lot of revivals. And I thought that was funny because earlier I was watching a trailer for that 70s show, which I never really watched, but the revival of it is called that 90s show. But they
Yeah.
talked about Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who are now married, making an appearance on there. But one of the predictions was that there would be a revival, resurgence or reboot of a lot of classic 90s shows. And I guess like every decade, or decades go through like revivals. Like in the 70s, you had a big thing for the 50s with like Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. And so I guess in the 2020s, we're going to get a big thing for like the 90s coming back. So look for, I don't know, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot, or um, I don't know, everything old is new again. So just some reboots of like some classic 90s TV shows. What about a Saint Elsewhere reboot? Or oh,
No,
what was the
you
one
know
with
what we need? We need a
what?
Highlander reboot.
Highlander reboot?
A Highlander reboot. That's what we need.
Okay. Scooby Life says overalls made a comeback actually this year. So your prediction is like a year late. So
You know what you're
the other
talking about,
thing,
Be Life? You know what you're talking about? I
um,
ain't see
but
nobody in overall.
the other predictions, they said that things like AI, this virtual reality spaces and that kind of thing, that's going to be big in 2023. So because I think everybody's doing that Lenza, where you can picture yourself in different poses and different things.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
tried it. I guess it's an app. I don't know if it's an Apple app or an Android app. Have you heard of this thing?
Yeah, I don't do a lot of apps like that where you imagine yourself and like when people take the pictures and they're different. I don't do a lot of that. I don't, I think I've heard of it and I'm saying, who's behind you?
What?
Who's behind you?
No, that's me playing with the light. I'm trying to. It's supposed to turn different
Oh, okay.
colors, but it's not really.
Okay.
It's not really doing what it. I thought it was supposed to do. And I got this big old remote, and it's still not. Oh well, that's what I get for getting the cheap like Amazon lights and not like the name brand Godox or whatever lights. So shame on me.
So did your other predictions come up for 2023?
Yeah, my other predictions is that social media influencers and content creators will continue to be a major force, and you're going to see more of them working with like mainline or well-known celebrities. So I don't know. Does that mean Mr. Beast is going to be on late night with Jimmy Kimmel? I don't know, but evidently you're going to see more collabs between influencers and content creators, which technically that would be us, and major celebrities. So there you go.
Major networks and major celebrities, call us. I'm Kenny Walker. I'm in New Jersey. She's Kathy Walker. She's in North Carolina. Call. Call.
The other
I
big
can be bought.
prediction. Okay, we know you're cheap. You're cheap and easy. The other big
I'm
prediction
like a basic skills test, baby.
was for the emergence of esports. And I don't know, I guess like to me it seems like if esports were going to emerge and be bigger, it would have done so in like 2021 or
Yeah.
2020 when
Yeah.
we were like at the height of the pandemic. But
Yeah.
now that we're kind of coming out, and
Yeah. I
when I
think
say
people
coming
want
out
to
of
be
it,
out more.
huh?
People want to be out more. It's
Right. So that's why they predicted esports to be big this year. And I don't know whether that's going to be a thing. I don't know
no.
whether esports is going
I
to
don't
be a
know if I
thing.
can bank on it. No.
Although I wanted to try to do that at my school, but the district was like, no, we can't allot like any of the servers or whatever to, like esports. And I'm thinking that would have been a great thing to do, especially when we were like kind of half in school, half out of school, hybrid, remote learning. It's like the kids are going to be playing games anyway. Why not do it in a realm where it can be competitive and you can kind of control some of the games and make them more educational and actually, I don't know. But I guess not an idea before it's time. So, but evidently,
Now,
according
in
to,
our comments, now if you have a comment about your predictions for 2023, please make sure to type in on the comment section. We will see them. We will acknowledge your comment. We try to acknowledge as much as we can. Steve says he would like to see more time travel type movies in 2023?
You know what? I would love that. Some of my favorite movies are, and I guess the weird thing is I'm not a sci-fi fan, but I like so many sci-fi shows that maybe I secretly am a sci-fi fan and I don't have the
Right.
sense
I
to
think you are.
know it.
I think you are a sci-fi fan. You like X-Files. You like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I do.
You like a lot of sci-fi stuff, Kathy. I think
I'm
you
binging Fringe again. I love that show.
come over to the dark side. Come over to the dark side. Be a nerd like us.
I need to embrace my inner nerd and get my
Embrace
geek
your inner
on.
nerd and know
Because
that you are
I'm
a
telling you,
sci-fi nerd.
some of the best movies, like, whether it's Back to the Future, 12 Monkeys, I mean, just the whole time travel aspect, and
It's
the
a
one
good time travel movie that isn't thought of as a time travel movie as much. Um,
not not Hot Tub Time Machine.
well, that's good too. That's great. That's great. Hot Tub Time
Hot
Machine.
Tub Time Machine.
That
Hello,
is
somebody.
that is supreme. That is no. Peggy Sue got married.
Peggy Sue got married, yes. And did you ever see
Oh, I like
Looper?
this. I like
What?
this for 2023. Kirsten, my friend Kirsten, says end baby hairs and obnoxious false lashes. I hate the big lashes that the women these
Oh, the
big
lashes.
these
There
big
are
these
people who have businesses who have made their money, whole shops devoted
but
to,
these lashes look like curtains. These are like these are like shades on your eye. These lashes are like shades on your eyes. Like these lashes should come with like little things on the side to turn to put them either up or down. These lashes are like these big lashes that were really baby hairs. What are you 3? No, no, no. These big lashes, like you. I don't know how they keep their eyes open with these big lashes. Like, how do you keep your eyes open with something on you? Like, how do you keep your eyes open like that? Like, I don't understand it.
I don't know.
I don't get it. But I agree with Kirsten. Get rid of those.
Get rid of the big ass shot. Oh wait, what's HTTM?
Hot
I don't
Tub
know
Time
what.
Machine.
Oh,
Hot Tub Time Machine was pretty good. And then you wait in the whole
the
movie
movie
for the
I
guy
was
to
telling
lose
you
his
about was
arm.
Looper. Did you ever see Looper?
I've never seen Looper.
You ought to see Looper. And I
seen
hesitate to talk about Looper because it stars what's his name? And
I've never seen Looper, but I've seen the best Bruce Willis movie ever, which is Die Hard. Thank you for bringing that up. If you've seen Die Hard, you don't need to see any other Bruce Willis movie. You've seen Die
but
Hard.
Looper is good. You need to check that out.
All my Die Hard people
12
check
Monkeys,
in.
which is also Bruce Willis, also excellent. As
Now,
far
who
as
played the
time
younger
travel.
version of Bruce Willis in that one?
What?
Who played the younger version of Bruce Willis in that movie?
And what? 12 Monkeys?
No, Looper.
And Looper. I believe it was. Oh God, what's the guy from Hit Record?
I never seen that.
He was in Third Rock from the Sun. Oh, come on.
He was in the Batman movie too. That I didn't
Okay.
like.
You know what, Natalie? It is not. And we went
right,
down this
Natalie.
road last week. We
All
should
right,
not
Natalie.
go back. Why would you do that? Why would you bring that up?
Right, all right, Natalie. Natalie. Love you, Natalie.
No,
Yes, Natalie.
no.
Natalie. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's
Yeah,
right.
yes.
He was
He was in the
Looper.
Batman movie that I couldn't stand, that I hated. And I love Batman as a character.
Was that the first Christian Bale Batman?
No, that was the third Christian Bale Batman, where he doesn't even know this kid. And he gives him keys to the Batcave. Like, who does that?
I don't care what movie he does. Every time I see Christian Bale, I can only think of American Psycho, and I just
you
can't.
know what?
I just can't. I can't
That's
even.
true. Whenever you see him, he's
So
like American
he's
Psycho.
he'll always be American Psycho to me.
I've seen
So
bits and pieces of that. I really can't watch that movie because it's just
it's
psycho.
very disturbing.
Yes, it's very disturbing. I can't watch that movie.
Yeah. So okay. So you're saying overalls are going to make a comeback in 2023. I'm saying nostalgia is going to come back um again with reboots of like maybe classic TV shows even more, and also we're going to see a lot more AI things, for instance, like the Chat GPT and other things. Although I haven't tried the things with the goggles and the whole metaverse thing. Have you tried that yet? The Oculus?
No, no, and I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to try it, um, just to see, just to see. But you know what I think is going to happen also? Um, I think in 2023, I think might be the start of the decline of the movie industry.
You
Only
know, as you
because,
say that, I'm
only
thinking,
because,
yeah,
only because people are streaming more. Everybody has streaming channels. Nobody, and then movies now are coming out in theaters, and a month and a half later, they're on streaming channel. And now
but
people are more into binging shows because when they did the Best Man final chapters, they didn't do a movie. They did like 8 series of a chapter, and people like binging these shows every week. And people are not going to the movies as much. Why?
and I
Because
know.
it's going to come on TV soon.
So so in other words, I don't know, like I know it seems like streaming, I think, has hit a peak. I think we're gonna max out on streaming in 2023, because
Really?
we've had so much of it having to be inside and watch. So you're saying movies are going out. I think they're gonna have a comeback or resurgence. And again, we haven't had any like blockbuster movies to look forward to. I know the new Avatar movie I think is coming out. I think
It came
M
out.
Night Shyamalan is got a new movie coming out, and I don't know.
I
I
think,
was joking around like with the big lottery. I didn't play it or the Powerball, whatever that $1 billion
yeah.
is. And I thought, you know what? And people are always talking about, oh, what they would do if they would win. And I would come up with what I call Kathy Town. I would like buy my own little town. And you know what I'm going to bring back? I'm going to bring
What?
back. There's a couple things that I miss that I'm nostalgic for that probably won't come back in 2023. But man, wouldn't it be great to have like a good old fashioned drive-in movie theater?
Yes. Yes. We
Wouldn't
have
that
one
be
here in Jersey.
awesome?
We have one here in South
I
Jersey.
wanna bring so eh uh-oh, something went falling. Alright, hey, I gotta check because something fell upstairs and it didn't
All right, do
sound
your
good.
thing. You check, and we're going to
I
talk.
check and I'll tell you more about what's gonna be in Kathy Town because
What's
it's
going to be
not
in
just a
Kathy Town?
drive-in.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I'll be
while we wait for Kathy to come back, see what fell upstairs. Um, Kathy, a drive-in movie theater. I don't know if anybody remembers those, but I would love. There's one here in Jersey, in Vineland, New Jersey. But I would love a drive-in movie theater is so great. It is such a family thing that you could do, depending on the movie you see. You could do outdoors with family and other people, and you're watching the movie outside, and you can sit outside, you can sit in your car. I'm old enough to know that I've been on a couple of dates in a drive-in movie theater, and I didn't watch. I made out in the car. I'm sorry. I'm putting myself on Front Street. That's what I did. No shame in my game. I did that, but you can still actually watch the movie, and I did actually watch the movie. What fell?
one of the shelves in the refrigerator fell and everything is all over the kitchen and, yeah.
Okay. Well, you'll get to that. You'll get to that.
Life with the elderly.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get it.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
It's a challenge, it's
It wasn't
fun.
any of that. It wasn't any of that brisket from the Kwanzaa luncheon, was it? None of that brisket
Uh,
got messed up, did it?
Yeah, we might have
Not
lost
that I'm
some of
going
the
to have any
brisket. I don't
because
know what.
we had a Kwanzaa luncheon and there was food left over and I couldn't get no brisket. They wouldn't let me have
Well,
brisket. Kathy said there
in
wasn't
fact,
enough
when you
brisket to
can't,
go around.
you probably should have taken that brisket on with you. Anyway, but the brisket was good, and the potato salad and cornbread stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's for another time. Back to Kathy Town. So in my town, we're gonna have a drive-in movie theater, and you know what we're bringing back? We're
What?
bringing back the bowling alley. A nice, good, decent bowling alley. Come on,
We
somebody.
got bowling alleys. I don't
And
know what y'all
you
have
know
down
what?
there. We
The
got bowling.
bowling alley is also gonna have, you know what else is gonna have? Because it's gonna be a whole complex. A skating ring. I'm talking old school roller skates. They got not that inline crap. I'm talking the four-wheel roller skate like nobody's business. Yes,
All right, all
Xanadu.
right, all right. I want to ask
Yes,
something.
lover. I want to take
With
back
roller
seat.
skates,
And
with roller skates in
Ooh.
Kathy Town, and
Roller skates in Kathy Town.
us getting on roller skates in Kathy Town, how far are the EMTs from the roller skating rink? That's
I
all I
just
want to know.
think
Roller derby, yes.
roller
Bring back
derby.
roller derby.
I'm telling you,
I
I
like a good
mean,
roller derby.
because if we're going to be nostalgic, let's bring it back big time. And
You know what?
here's why I think movie theaters are going to have a resurgence, because now theaters, now it's an experience. Like it used to be, it was very rare to find the movie theaters with restaurants, but now they have not just like not full menus and wine and different things you can get, but now you got the reclining seats and you know pretty soon they're going to put the heated massaging seats in there. I'm telling you, movie theaters are coming back. There's nothing like the movies. And you know what they should start doing if they want to bring the business back to the theaters and away from just people streaming at home with their giant 85-inch TVs? They need to start bringing back the double feature. Like going to the movies used to be an experience. You sat there with the big red curtains and the curtains were drawn and you got previews. And when I say previews, I'm talking about previews of movies and not commercials. You don't have to tell me that Coke is the real thing or Pepsi is that great. I know it because you got it down at the concessions and you're charging me $5 for it.
I'm not here for that. Not here for that at all.
I'm sorry.
We want to see the movie.
Commercials in the middle of the movies. I just, but now trailers, previews, that I'm there for. It's a commercial for the movie. I get that, but it's not hitting me over the head trying to sell me something, which is
only
ridiculous.
2 or 3 previews, though. Only 2 or 3 previews. I don't need a half hour worth of previews before a movie.
Well, you know what? If they go back to doing like back in the old days, you actually got like a little short. And at the time, I mean, at the birth of movies, they actually gave you a film reel because, you know, that's how people got their information before everybody had TVs in their home. But at least give us like shorts. We don't even get like a nice little animated clip. They have to have them. You know they make them because there's a category every year at the Oscars.
You see Pippi Longstockings, and used to be another feature along with it. And went to movie theater. You know, you see Pippi Longstocking and Snoopy at the same time. Yeah. You know what? You know what Kathy Town needs? You know what Kathy Town needs?
What does Kathy Town need?
Kathy Town needs a 24-hour diner with a jukebox at each table.
Yes.
That's what Kathy Town needs.
Kathy Town needs that. Kathy Town needs that. Kathy Town needs
24 hours, a jukebox at each table.
A 24-hour, and I'm talking a real diner, jukebox at each table. You gotta be able to get breakfast 24/7 with Scrapple on my menu. Definitely have to have a diner. Oh my gosh, yeah. You're so right.
Yes.
Oh man, what else? Won't you take me to Kathy Town?
Kathy Town, yeah.
Take me to Kathy Town. Oh man. I just was feeling, and I guess because when we were driving around South Jersey and there were certain places and certain things that used to be somewhere and I'm like, where is everything? Everything's a
Yeah, things
strip
change.
mall. But I couldn't find any. I didn't see like the old bowling alley that used to be on Haddonfield, Berlin Road. Like there were just certain iconic little places that I really, really missed. And yeah. Oh, you know what would be nice too in my drive-in theater
What?
is, how you have the little box with the for the sound. Although now with Bluetooth, maybe we can just like give everybody like the little Bluetooth radio, although people probably would steal them, wouldn't they? But in any case, but it would be nice as you pull up, if you had an electric car, you could actually charge while you're watching the movie. That's how I would do it if I
You're doing
was
too much.
if I was doing
You're
Cappy
doing too
Town.
much.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing too much.
Well,
You're doing too
no,
much.
you know what? You know who's doing too much? Oh, and
What?
this is a prediction I have for 2023. Not a pop culture one, but yes, it does affect pop culture. I think in 2023, I think more states are probably going to go the way of New Jersey, and this freaked me out when I was there because evidently in Jersey they have a no plastic bag rule. And I'm thinking, without these plastic bags, how am I going to have that big, unruly barrage of bags that I keep out in the laundry room for when I need to throw my trash away? Because you don't get any bags. I was in a Walmart. They
You buy,
call them
you
Wally
buy, you
Worlds
buy
down here.
bags. You buy
I,
little trash bags,
I,
and
I,
that's
I
you
and I
spend the
refuse to buy
$4.
that. But as I was traveling, I needed some more toothpaste, and I had a couple other little items that I had, and then I had to pay myself because evidently the 2 cashiers they had were off for Christmas. So I'm checking out the stuff myself. Then they want to see my receipt, but I don't have any place to carry it, and I'm stuffing it in my pocket. So I'm like, I feel like I've shoplifted but paid, which is
Look,
ridiculous.
look. In most places, you have to check out yourself, and you don't have a bag. And then after you leave, after you check yourself out without a bag, they want to look at your receipt.
Oh yeah. To make sure I didn't
Like,
steal anything. But then
yeah,
give me a cashier, let them ring me up and put it all in the bag, and you don't
and
have
you
to
won't have to
worry.
guess. You won't have to see a receipt. How about that?
But as we were driving home, I looked it up, and there's quite a few states that do this already. I think California is one, New Jersey. There's quite a few states, and my prediction is that by the end of the year, there'll be even more states, uh, you know, going, I guess, plasticless, which is probably a good thing all in all for like, the environment. But when you're
I,
just
I.
picking up those few items,
You
you
want to hear
don't
my
bring
next
a bag in
prediction?
the store with you.
You want to hear my next prediction for
Hey.
2023?
Mhm.
I have another prediction for 2023.
Okay.
Couple more. Couple more.
Mhm.
My first prediction is I'm predicting at the rate we're going, Nick Cannon's going to have at least 2 more kids.
Oh, that's
At
like a
least 2 more.
no-brainer. That's an easy
At least 2
prediction.
more. He's at 12. You might as well go for 14. I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Okay. Hey,
My,
you predict that the J-Lo Ben Affleck marriage will last through the year?
yes, I predict it will last. I
Okay.
predict that will last. That will last. I predict we won't hear too much from them anymore, and their marriage will last. I also predict that as far as
Homegirl
celebrities
does not
go,
have the best track record, I'm just saying.
I know she doesn't, but I think she'll make this one last because she'll make this last because it's their second time around. They know each other. They know what they're getting into when they got married. It's the second time around. Plus, she does not have a good track record, and really, at the end of the day, you don't want to be that woman. She's got to make it
You don't
last.
want to be
You
she
don't.
gotta
She don't
make
want to be that person. So now I also predict. I also predict as far as like relationships and stuff, Kim is not going to get back with Kanye or Ye or whoever he is now.
Yee, yeah,
She's not
yeesh.
Ye. she's not getting back with him. She's going to move on. And Kim is actually, this is why I predict in 2023 because she's already started now. Kim is actually going to start being more of an activist because she's already started in 2023. She already started in 2020. Now, 2023, she's going to be more of an activist, and she's going to do more for people than, and I'm not a big Kardashian fan at all. She's going to do more for people than Kanye ever did. She's going to try to help more people. When Kanye is going to sit around and say how great he is, she's going to sit around and say, she's going to sit around and actually do things to try to help people. So, take her off the radar.
Just because of her passing a track record. Actually, I predict as long as they don't do a movie together, they'll be all right. Although, you know what? They took a lot of heat for Gigolo, whatever that movie was. And it was bad. But another movie they made together, Jersey Girl, granted, Jennifer Lopez was only in it for the first 10 or 15 minutes, but it's a Kevin Smith movie, and that's an excellent movie. And I highly recommend it, Jersey Girl. It's a Kevin Smith movie. And even if you don't like Kevin Smith movies, again, this is one that you will enjoy. And one of my top 3 favorite comedians of all time is in it, George Carlin.
I'm going to start binging Kevin Smith movies. There's a lot of Kevin Smith movies.
Have you seen Jersey Girl?
Never seen Jersey Girl.
You should watch Jersey Girl.
I saw the first
Bruce
Clerks
Springsteen
movie.
song is not in it, but it's still a good movie.
I seen the first Clerks movie. That's because George made me sit down and watch it. But that's all. I've never seen the other movies, and it's supposed to be all good.
And well, Dogma I think is really good. I enjoy Dogma. Huh?
Isn't Chris Rock in that one?
I think Chris Rock might be in Dogma. I can't. I remember Janine Garofalo, but yeah, I had to look up Dogma, or by the time I look it up, Ed will find it already. But I thought Dogma was one of his funnier movies. But Jersey Girl is by far my favorite. Kevin, actually, Ben Affleck is in Dogma, and Matt Damon. But Jersey Girl is, to me, my favorite Kevin Smith movie. But
so put Jersey Girl on my list, is what you're saying.
Put Jersey Girl on your list. Yeah, George Carlin was in that as well. George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Lenny Bruce. Those are the 3.
I still got it. My friend Kirsten's watching. I still got to watch Poetic Justice, but
your list is so long.
I know my list is kind of long. So I have another prediction for 2023.
Okay, let's have it.
Just seeing Selma Hayek and Dogma is worth it. Trust me, KP. Candy Girl, shaking my damn head. Kirsten saying shaking my damn head because she doesn't believe that I still haven't seen Poetic Justice.
But you have not watched Poetic Justice, which
no.
I can't even on some of these things. So let's move on because I don't want to have to start. You know what game we played at the first night of Kwanzaa at the family
and we did it last week on here. Black Card Revoked.
Yeah. Black Card Revoked. You not seeing Poetic Justice, get your black card revoked.
No. If I had said I'd never seen The Color Purple, revoke my black card. But Poetic Justice, really? Kirsten, help me out. Really?
Poetic Justice is a staple. It's right up there with Love and Basketball.
It's not a staple.
It's a modern day black classic.
That's like saying Madea movies are a staple. Madea movies are not a staple.
Well, you know what? And again, I have not seen all the Madea movies, but to not have seen a Madea movie, I mean, come on. That's black card revoked status.
Says you as a poet not seeing Poetic Justice is a problem.
Thank you.
So you know what? You don't know her. But I know her. And she's a little crazy. She don't know what she's talking about.
Okay.
She a little crazy.
In any case,
so
yeah,
my next prediction for 2023, you're gonna love this one. You're gonna love this prediction. My next prediction for 2023 is that Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture is gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up out. Everybody listening is gonna start telling their friends and everything. I got you crazy. See, I'm gonna get in trouble when I see you on Friday night. Everybody who's going to tell their friends and things are going to happen that Kathy and Kenny explain pop culture is going to by December, mark my words, December 2023, we will be like a staple in podcasting and people coming to see things. People going to have a reason to stay home on Saturday night, or at least go out later on Saturday night. Because Kathy and Kenny pop culture is on from 8:30 to 9:30 on Saturday night. Women by the drones are going to come out and say that cute Kenny Walker is on TV, on podcasting on Saturday night. We have to go look and see what he's going to do next.
Okay. Anyway, as the show rolls on.
Wow.
That's a lovely thought. Lovely.
Wow.
My
Okay.
brother. It's so delusional.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Pop culture for 2023. It's already started in 2022. More artists are going to release vinyl.
Oh, well, that's like a no-brainer because
Like
I guess
I've done it for a while. People start doing it
anyway.
again. Vinyl
Not a
is going to
big
be
prediction.
more. Yeah. Well, I'm trying. More vinyl in 2023. Some artists I think released only in vinyl.
Oh wow.
So, that's, I mean, we have a lot of independent artists out there now.
So
doing
there's no hope that 8 Tracks will make a comeback
in Kathytown. In Kathytown. You can have all the 8 Tracks you want in Kathytown.
Actually, I don't know whether I you know what? I would love to have a record store in Kathytown, a good old-fashioned record store
where
you could flip through the vinyl.
Spend hours. Look,
I
if you live
think
in the Jersey area,
Kathytown needs a couple things. It needs a decent record store. It needs a bookstore, and not even a big Barnes and Noble-y kind of bookstore. I just need like a small coffee shoppy bookstore where you can read the books, buy the books, not buy the books. I don't care, but to have that vibe and the couches and everything to just sit, hang out, and
Kathytown have like a little
all the
speakeasy?
Octavia Butler you can read. So
Can
that would
Kathytown
be
have like a little speakeasy or juke joint that plays some jazz?
Oh yeah, we could have a jazz club in Kathytown.
We got jazz
Kathytown
club,
definitely has to have a
speakeasy,
jazz
a
club.
juke joint. One night we got jazz. One night we got blues. One night we can have country in Kathytown. Can we have country? No,
we can have country in Kathytown.
Don't get carried away. Okay, but we
got some country in Kathytown, definitely.
Okay.
And
I mean, it's not necessary, but some blues, some jazz.
Got to be a music
soul.
in Kathytown. You're right.
Get somebody, Jill Scott, to come to Kathytown and sing.
Jill Scott definitely could come through Kathytown.
Come to Kathytown, Jill Scott. Come to Kathytown, sing. Get somebody like Anderson .Paak come to Kathytown and do some stuff. Dual piano bar in Kathytown.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know if we need that.
I think we do. I think we do.
Dual piano bar in Kathytown?
I think we do. I think, that would be awesome. Oh, there's nothing like dueling pianos. Oh yeah, we would have to have that. But what a karaoke night.
It's communist. Kathytown needs a theater that plays the greatest Christmas movie of all time, and on a continuous loop. Die Hard. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
On
Kathy
Christmas
Town.
Day,
Come to Kathy Town and get a copy of Die
Die
Hard.
Hard. On Christmas Day, Kathy
Wait,
Town needs to
so
play Die Hard in the drive-in
all the
theater.
houses in Kathy Town are ranch style, except for the one towering Nakatomi Tower and the one
Every
condo
year in
building
Kathy
in
Town,
Kathy Town.
in the main square, there's a big Nakatomi Tower replica that gets exploded, and then the little small RV comes up, and then that gets exploded, and then and then you see a body drop at the end, and that marks Christmas Day at Kathy Town. Little body dropping at the end of the little Nakatomi, and it don't have to be a big Nakatomi. It could be like a 30-foot tall Nakatomi Tower that blows up in different spots, made by Legos or something like that. And then you see a
Oh,
small little figure
the
like
Lego
fall
Tower.
down. Yeah,
That
yeah.
could be like you know how
And everybody gets served Twinkies.
you know how in Back to the Future, like the town square, like that little circle or whatever.
Mhm.
It's in a couple different movies too. That same, I guess, set on the film lot. But I guess in the middle, that the big statue would be, that tower.
Yep, that tower. Or
365 Days of Christmas, and today's feature film will be
Die Hard. Yes. No, or actually no. The in the center square it wouldn't be Nakatomi Tower. It would be Bruce Willis in a white beater with a little gun, and like looking like all like
with the caption "Yippee Ki
yippee ki yeah, yippee ki
Yippee You fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Yippee ki
Welcome to Kathy Town. Thanks.
Welcome to Kathy Town. Welcome to Kathy Town. Where because it's Kathy Town.
It's Kathy Town.
Because it's Kathy Town. Almost every store will have to play a loop of songs by Irene Cara and Tina Marie.
Oh yeah.
Town.
Oh, probably in
Jackie
music
Wilson mixed
format,
in there. Some Jackie Wilson mixed in there, but
and some Dinah Washington.
some Dinah Washington, yes.
Some Jackie Wilson, Dinah Washington, Tina Marie, and Irene Cara. All my favorite singers are all dead.
And also in Kathy Town, there's a little hood section in Kathy Town, a couple of blocks of hood section, and that's called Kenny's Way. That one street,
south side of Kathy Town.
Street, it's called Kenny's Way in Kathy Town. It's like that's the street you don't look. Hold on to your wallet. You don't want to go down that street. No. Kenny's Way is going to be in Kathy's Town, and that's where you hear the best Prince, the best jazz, the best neo soul, and you have poets and everything and musicians performing in Kenny's Way on Kathy's Town. It's a street on the outskirts of Kathy Town. It's right there. It's in Kathy's Town, but it's like the last street. As you're leaving, you'll see Kenny's Way, which you get Prince, you get poets, you get me sitting on the throne.
It's kind of like that little bubble of a world. What was the Jim Carrey movie? God, I'm like blanking today.
Yeah, what Jim Carrey movie?
The Jim Carrey movie where he was in his own world and he was being watched.
That was one of his early movies. Oh man, Ed, what is the name of that movie? Yeah, Ed will have it. What is the name of that movie? Jim Carrey, something World, or it was like he's on TV like 24/7 or something.
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show. Yeah, Truman. Yes.
So Kathy Town is going to be like the Truman Show, where when you take all these turns, you always wind up back at Main Street.
Yeah.
But evidently,
that's Pleasantville.
Huh?
That's Pleasantville.
Pleasantville. Now, is Pleasantville? That's not really considered a time travel movie, though.
It is in a way because they go back to Pleasantville, which is an old show from the 50s. So they kind of travel to Pleasantville, and it's make-believe land in the 50s.
But it's like, I guess when I say I like the time travel, like I like those sci-fi movies where it takes this like loop where you know, like again, I always go back to 12 Monkeys because I think it's so perfect that how the story kind of looped together at the end, and movies like Back to the Future, Looper, like a lot of those movies where
You
you kind
know,
of get that
I
payoff.
you know what I like about Pleasantville? I love
Fiona
Pleasantville.
Apple's version of that Beatles song at the end just blows me away, and I love it. But go ahead. What do you
What I
like?
like about Pleasantville is they were able to explain, and I don't know if anybody caught it or not. They were able to explain racism without having any black people in the cast.
Mm.
they did it without having any black folks in the cast. They were able to explain the concept of racism.
Well, no, yeah,
People turning the colors.
yeah. Oh no, that was awesome. And I think that's what good sci-fi does. Good sci-fi can take modern day issues and
And
present them to
incorporate
you
it.
in a way to help you understand them without like hitting you over the head with it. And I think that was the basis for like the popularity of the original Star Trek because they
Yeah,
dealt with racism and issues of the day, but they did it through like blue people, which I don't know if that's what Avatar tries to do or not, but
yeah. I mean,
um,
but even with excuse me, it was Star Trek. That was the whole theme behind Star Trek because you had different people and even aliens working together to man a ship, and they were all a crew. And it's at a time period where everybody worked together except the Klingons.
except the
Not
Klingons.
everybody,
No love
not
for the
everybody, not everybody can come to the cookout. The Klingons weren't invited.
Klingons can't come to the cookout.
They can't come to the
Um,
cookout. They come in, they don't share no food, they don't bring nothing, they tear everything up, and they don't even bring no aluminum foil. They just take the whole pot.
they don't even bring their Tupperware
They don't bring no
or even
Tupperware, no nothing.
an empty old margarine container.
Yeah, you know,
Or what is it? Country crock.
yeah, old country cut, no country cut containers or nothing. They just come in. We're gonna just gonna take the whole pot and leave. We're just gonna eat everything up here while we're here now. That's why the Klingons couldn't come to the party. They couldn't come to the cookout. So further
Any more
predictions
predictions
for
for
20
2020? We're almost done here.
for 2023. Yeah, for
Mhm.
2023.
20
Um,
I keep saying 2020. Why am I
I
back
don't
in
know why
2020?
are you stuck on 2021? Did you miss something in 2021? Was
I
there
think
something
I
you didn't
did.
do in
I mean,
2021 that you were supposed to do? Do you want to go back to 2021? What you do is you get in the hot tub,
hot tub
you get some
time machine.
soda, and you get a
Wasn't
squirrel.
there a time machine too? I don't think I saw a hot tub
Yeah,
time.
there was a hot tub time machine too. It wasn't
Was it
as
the
good as
same?
one. I
Okay.
remember
Was it
seeing it
the same
and
actors?
forgetting it. Yeah, it came after the same premise and everything, but um, I love you guys. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you,
Now that's
Karen.
from Haddon Heights High School back in the day.
Really? That's what Karen's from?
Yeah,
Okay.
Haddon Heights
We love you
High
too,
School
Karen.
class of.
Yeah, we love
Okay,
anybody who
we won't
listens to
even
us
say.
ramble. We love anybody who listens to us. What do we talk about next week?
I don't know, Kenny. I don't know. The same thing we
But
talk about every week. Pop culture.
pop
Pop
culture.
culture.
Pop
Pop
culture.
culture.
Oh no, we have to have a topic for next week though. Do you want to do the memorial show next week? Do you want to do that?
We could do that. We could
We could
go
do the
there.
memorial show for next week.
Because
It's
I
depressing
mean,
as all hell, but we could
not
do the
just
memorial.
Irene Cara, like Angela Lansbury, the Queen, Sidney Poitier, Barbara Walters. I mean, there were a
Barbara
lot of
Walters. I
people.
was said about Barbara Walters.
Although I never saw the clip her last day on The View with Oprah was kind of like hosting, and they brought out it had to be like 20 or 30 like female anchor, like every female anchor you could think of from like forever or like
Was Robin
currently.
Roberts there?
Robin Roberts, Tamron Hall,
But
Lisa.
I like Robin Roberts. She's hot.
They had Jane Pauley, and Jane Pauley wasn't even a real. I mean, she was host of Saturday Night Live's news show.
Robin Roberts can go on my Whoopi Goldberg, Sandra Bernhardt list.
Oh, you in that list? Okay.
All right. My Janet Jackson list. Janet Jackson being at the top of that list. Yeah.
Okay. All right. In any case,
she looks like a fun person. She looks like she'd be a fun person to hang out with. I like fun people.
Your middle name is fun. Mr.
Now let me ask you something.
Sure.
We do the memorial show.
Okay.
So if you're a celebrity, it's 9:30. You got 2.5 hours to die before to get on the show. Just saying.
And that's not, there's too many celebrities that are in their 90s. We don't want to wish anybody any ill.
Yeah. We don't wish anybody ill. But if you're going to die, do it in the next 2.5 hours to get on next week's show. That's all I'm saying.
But there's some people who, again, some deaths that came up that were unexpected. We'll just hit some of the more famous ones.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter. And
you knew the Pope was going to go. You knew the Pope that died today.
Okay.
That was 95 years old. The one that retired. He was 95 years old. And he was sick when he retired. I'm sorry, but you knew it was going to happen. That was a no-brainer. You know what? I'm surprised that Scooby Life, again, Robin fits into Kenny's type. So I don't get it. But anyway, some people I'll be honest with you, even though she was 99 years old, Betty White passing away shocked me.
Well, and I think that's because everybody was planning towards her birthday, and it was I think January 15th or it was 3 weeks away from
But she was so hilarious, and she was so hilarious and full of life that when she did pass away, I was like, oh man. And you're looking at the people like, well, she was 99. I said, I don't care. It's Betty White, man. Come on.
Yeah, I predict in 2023, Kenny's gaydar will not get any better. Bless.
Wow, Scooby Life. I didn't know you had your CDL, Scooby Life, because you just got a bus. You just running right over me, man. That's cool, though. That's cool.
Got the CDL.
Pick up the kids on the school bus before you run me over. Come on.
Anyway, so next week we will do our in memoriam for pop culture, and we will we will
not be. You know what I don't want to hit a lot of when we do our memoriam show? Apparently, there's a lot of YouTube and Twitter stars that are just dropping dead now at a very young age.
Wow.
I don't know why that is, but I don't know why that is. There was another YouTuber or TikToker that passed away today that was 27.
Yeah. She said Betty White was pretty healthy. I know you were seeing her in interviews and everything, and it's some of the stars, and you see them, and when I see Bob Newhart or if I see Mel Brooks or Dick Van Dyke, they don't seem to have that vigor and that energy, and she always did. So that's why, her passing was kind of a bit of a shock. And I know when we were and I know it won't be till next week when we were talking about, or I was looking at people who passed away this year. There was a picture, and it was like Bob Saget, Louis Anderson, and I forgot the other comic. It was 3 of them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they all died the same year. And not Gallagher, because he passed away too. Also, Judy Tenuta, who back in the day, I just loved her. But
she was funny back in the day. Yeah, she was.
And but anyway, that's next week's show. I'm jumping ahead. That's next week.
I'm not a rabbit. You're not a frog. Let's not jump ahead. You know what, Scooby Life. I'm gonna say something to you. What's so funny? I'm gonna say something to you.
We'll talk after the
Back
show.
in the day when I was younger, I was very scared of dogs. Now my roommates have like 3 dogs up in this piece. I used to have roommates that had like really big dogs, like a Rottweiler and a Saint Bernard. So I used to be very scared of dogs, and I'm no longer scared of dogs. So if you have a doggy bus and I'm invited, I am on for the ride, man.
What kind of dog
As
was
long
Langston? You had a dog.
Langston was a corgi. My
Oh.
dog Langston was a corgi. I love Langston. I miss Langston so much. But the only thing about Langston is like he barked all the time. All the time. And the thing about it is you couldn't come near me without him. If you came too close to me, he would bark. That's my band. Langston he's my sidekick. Langston like, what? What you doing? How close you coming? I'm gonna have to bite you. I'm gonna take your kneecaps up. Your ankles, at least, are gonna get bit. Don't mess with him.
Well, you know what? And you know what? We will have a dog park in Kathytown. Definitely will have a dog park.
Yeah, I call it no cats. Sneaky.
Yeah, I don't know. Cats,
sneaky. No cats. They're sneaky, man. Cats and women. No cats.
Whoa. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. We'll definitely have a dog park. I don't know whether we're gonna have a cat area.
You know what? In Kathytown, would it be some kind of like dating app or something?
Will there be what?
Would it be some kind of dating app in Kathytown?
Dating app?
I'm a bachelor in regular world. Do I have to be a bachelor in Kathytown too? Or because I'm Kathy's brother, do I instantly get dates? I'm just saying.
We'll work on it. Oh, Ed, I am so jealous. The last time I saw Duran Duran, I've seen them about 3 times in concert.
You know what Duran song I love? Skin Game.
Okay.
Is it Skin Game or is it
Duran? Oh my God, I love Duran. A kitty sister. We're not going. Okay.
Can we keep Lovely?
Right.
Can we keep Lovely away from all the food and the kitchen utensils? That's all I want to know. First time I see a hair
on the kitchen table.
Yeah, first time I see a cat hair anywhere near my food, me and Lovey got a problem. I don't mind it, but first time I see a cat hair, me and Lovey got a problem.
What was I gonna say? Duran. I think they're down to like 3 members, if I'm not mistaken. But Duran in concert, that must have been awesome.
Yeah,
I know. I've seen them a couple times.
It's not all 5 guys anymore, is it?
No, I think they're down to like 3 or 4.
Lovey doesn't jump on counters when you're home. When you're home, Lovey doesn't jump on counters.
But when you get out someplace new, ooh, look at that. Well, I'm gonna go up there when nobody's looking.
Yeah. Look, Lovey's sitting there like
they have their own mind. They got their own mind. They got their own agenda.
I'm gonna wait it out. She gotta leave sometime. I'll wait it out.
I almost think cats are reincarnated people that know that they have been here before. Whereas dogs, I think, are reincarnated people that don't really know that they've been here before. So they just act like they belong everywhere, like they're human.
I've been here before.
Cats, I think
I've been here before,
and they know it, and they're a little pissed about it, which is why they're so sneaky. That's just my theory on cats.
Okay, so there are 4 Duran guys left. The original guitarist left the band because of illness. She has one eye and afraid of heights. Oh, see, why you gotta make it sad? I'm making fun of the kid. Now you gotta make it. Now I look like an idiot. Now you got to make it. She got one eye and she afraid of heights. Now I look like a jerk. Thank you, Scooby Light. Now I look like a jerk. I'm up here with a crippled cat, and now I look like a jerk because I said she gonna jump on. She waiting for you to leave, and she's scared of height. You got a cat that's scared of height. Ain't nobody got a cat that's scared of heights. One-eyed cat scared of height. Now I look like a jerk. Thank you, Scooby Life.
I'm sorry. That's just too funny. I don't know how you're gonna dig out of that one. I just want to let you.
No, I'm not digging out of that. I'm not digging out of that at all. One-eyed cat that's scared of heights. Now I'm looking at everybody looking at me like Kenny's a jerk. He's so insensitive. He hates animals. I don't hate animals.
I'm sorry.
Next time, Scooby Life,
together.
if you have an animal, if you have an animal that's got stuff wrong with it, before you mention the animal, let me know. Because you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Let me know.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
I only got one. Patches, I'm depending on you, son. Well, I got a one-eyed cat. Scared of heights.
The one data rain
Don't
game.
jump nowhere.
Washed all the craps away.
Washed
I'm
all
sorry.
the craps away. Poor cat. Won't even drink his milk.
I gotta bring
Drink his
myself
milk like
back
this.
together. All right, guys, this has been a blast. A great way to get our new year started. Whatever you're doing this New Year's, be safe, and thank you guys for hanging with us for 2022. We hope to see you in 2023.
And
As
bring a
always.
friend. Bring a friend. Share it with a friends and tell them, look, I know these brothers and sister. I know this brother and sister, and they do a podcast. Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. You know, she's funny. He's good looking. You got to watch him. You got to check him out.
Okay, it's not a bait and switch thing. We want people to come, but we got to be honest in front. Anyway, every week we're here. We're talking pop culture. Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture. Thank you to the Pop Culture kids who hang out with us, from Christian to
Ed, Natalie,
stopping
Scooby
by,
Life,
Scooby Life, Ed, Steve, everybody out there. Thank you guys so much for making this a great 2022 for us. Yes. And just happy new year to everyone. And just be careful, be safe out there, and have your best year ever.
God bless your soul and keep living. God bless your soul and keep living. Peace.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for geeking out with Kathy and Kenny on Kathy and Kenny Explain Pop Culture.